it's Karen and Richard here, and we just thought we'd make a short, about half an hour, 10 poses little video for you, because lots of you do some kind of exercise, but a few of you have asked now for some yoga exercises that may help. So we're going to do a few chest opening, back spine lengthening, and some breathing exercises that anybody can do. So we're not using any yoga props. We're going to use, this is what you'll need, some kind of belt, like a dressing gown belt, some coffee table books, big books, about 6 if you've got them, maybe a chair, and a thick towel or a blanket. Okay, so hopefully these will help, these exercises will help you, and it's lovely to see you all. You can wait now. Okay, so I'll let you get yourselves organised.
Thick towel, blanket.
What's the list? Okay, so
You're going to edit this, aren't you?
no. So first of all, if you take your belt and just if you've got a yoga belt, that's great, but if not, a dressing gown belt, and just knot it so it's about your shoulder width. Okay, so you can put your hands in it like this, or your wrists, or you can just hold it. If it's something you can't knot, you just hold it like that. Okay, so then Richard's going to stand with his feet together. And if at any point you're feeling not so stable, you can do it with your back to the wall, not this hot radiator though. Okay, and he's going to stretch his arms up straight and up to the ceiling, stretching up. Just bend your knees so they can see. So he's stretching his arms up straight. Okay, and then you're keeping your legs straight. You try to keep your shoulders down, and you stretch your fingertips up to the ceiling. We can't move the video another way around because
Because
we haven't got space in the house, but you get it. Stretching up, and then bring your hands down again, and take a breath, and then put it behind your back. Okay, so now he's put the loops around his wrists, and this is to make him open his chest, because Richard's got stiff shoulders and he needs to work on this. So now he's stretching down and slightly away. Remember to keep your hips back, suck up your thighs, keep your hips back, and really try and roll your shoulders back. So I'm pushing my head in and pulling his shoulders back. I want it to be broad across the chest. Anything that opens your chest and helps you breathe better will make you calmer. Okay, keep your head in the center, stretching his hands down, right down to the fingertips. And can you come back a bit more away from the buttocks? That's it. And just watch, I'll just do a bad one. Watch you don't do this and push your hips forward. Keep your hips back and your chest lifted and your head in the center. And then release, bring your hands to the front again. Let's go one more, around your wrists, up to shoulder level. So now he's keeping his shoulders down, hips back, still stretching into his fingers, shoulders down away from his ears, and then he lifts his arms up. Stretching up. Don't hold your breath when you're doing this. Lengthening up, up, up. And then bring the hands down. Okay, so we've created a bit of length here in the side ribs, through the armpit, chest, and right through to the fingers. So now we're just going to get a chair. Yep. And ideally, if you can put this chair against a wall so it doesn't move, it would be good. So he's going to put his fingertips on here and walk his feet back. So Richard knows these poses after 10 years of me beating him to do yoga. Okay? So he's trying to do his very best. He's trying to flatten down the shoulders here, hit the sitting bones back, and keep the legs sucked up. Okay? Do a bad one. So in the beginning, come up a bit more. In the beginning, you might find you really rounded and it's difficult, but even that, you're getting some length. But try to stretch this area down. He's also stretching into his fingertips and into his buttocks. So he's lengthening his spine. He's not letting his head drop. You keep your ears in line with your inner arms. Ears in line. Okay, and then walk up. Take a breath. Check the sound for anything. And then repeat. Shall we just keep going? We just don't know about the sound, but we'll check. Pressing down walking the hips back. So you'll feel the length coming through the spine. And then inhale, come up. Okay. So if you haven't got a yoga mat or anything and you're doing it on the carpet, just be careful. This next one you can do is triangle pose. So you can touch the wall. Often we use a wall and lean on the wall slightly so we know our alignment. So if you're not used to these poses, by all means do it at the back to the wall. Okay, walk or jump your feet apart. So it's just his leg distance apart. And turn your feet parallel now. Turn your right leg out, left foot in. So the right leg, the left foot. Chest and hips face the front. Inhale, exhale, stretch over and put your hand on your shin. Exhale as you go, Richard. That's it. If you can't reach your shin, go above your knee. You can always put your hand on the radiator or on a chair. It doesn't have to be really low. Keep breathing. You feel a big stretch along the side. Stretch up into your top fingers. Now inhale, come up, lift with your arms. Okay, rest your hands on your hips. Take a breath, turn your feet the other way. So this leg foot turns out completely and the back foot turns in. Arms up. If you're out of breath, you just take a few breaths here and wait. Inhale, exhale, stretch on over, hand down to your shin. Exhaling. Don't let the head drop, keep it in line with your spine. Stretch up your top fingers. Couple of breaths there, so you feel your back stretching. Inhale, come up. Walk your feet, turn your feet parallel, walk your feet back together. Stand here, you'll feel your heart is racing a little bit just because you've done a little bit of stretching. That's okay. So then we do a sitting twist. So let me think which way we want the chair. We'll have it this way. So the back of the chair is here. Rich is going to sit facing you. And he's got his knees together, feet together. Okay, and he's looking straight ahead. So to do a twist, you need to lengthen your spine first. He's got to inhale, and he's going to exhale and turn to the right. And he's now holding the back of the chair and pulling and pushing with his hands, pulling with his right, pushing with his left, to turn his chest over to the right. I can do him a bit more. Okay, so you turn into the right and keep breathing, don't let the head drop, and exhale, come back. Okay, then turn your chair around the other way, or you turn around on your chair. Just basically got to do both sides, okay. So feet and knees together, inhale, lift up, exhale, turn to the left. Remember to do it on an inhalation so you're nice and tall. Exhale, turn. Shoulders down away from your ears, giving your spine a good twist. Breathing. Breathe. And come back to center. Okay, and stand up. You can repeat that 1, 2, 3 times. Just come to the side. So now put the chair right against the wall. And you're going to stand and you're going to lift up the wall leg. Okay? I mean, I could put it on the radiator. It doesn't matter if your knee's higher. And then we're going to turn to the wall. Okay, so if Richard stands there. So the chair's at the wall. He's lifted up the leg that's by the wall. He's going to inhale, lift up. I'll do it on the hot radiator. Don't be leaning here. Stay back over your hip. Okay? So if it helps, lift this right arm up, the one that's not near the wall. Inhale, exhale, turn, 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 turn. Put your back hand on the wall. You can put both hands on the wall, or you can pull on your knee to turn. Pull on this knee. If he puts his hand here, it helps him turn a bit more. Then he can lift his head, turn, 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 turn. Really good for back. A bit of backache here, to just twist it gently like this. Okay, so remember it's the leg that's raised is the one against the wall. And release, exhale. When you release, come round and then release. So you can do the other side. Lengthening up, then turning. Hands on the wall or even on your knee, keeping this thigh back. So the hips stay here and your spine starts to twist from there and you get a really nice twist in the spine. Don't be too worried about turning your head. Your neck will always turn. It's about turning the chest. And exhale, come back to the centre. And just sit on your chair. Okay, then we're going to the floor. So if you can grab a pile of books. Now, some people have got lots of coffee table books. I haven't got so many here. And you're going to come down to child's pose. So it's child's pose. So that is where you sit on the floor. I'm just going to adjust this. That's it. And knees apart. Toes, big toes touching. Now this Richard's got with the dodgy knees. So if you've got dodgy knees, we can alter it in a minute. I'll show you. So it's a good idea, lift your hips a bit, to have something under here, preferably something solid, but I've just put a cushion there. Now stretching his arms forwards. If it's too much, put your hands up on your pile of books. Can you do that? Another narrow. Yeah? Is that harder? You know, you could go to a chair or a bed or a pile of books, but again, you're trying to get length. Don't let your head drop down. If you like this where Richard is, don't let your head drop. Keep your ears in line with your inner arms. So you're going to imagine there's a big weight on here, sinking your hips down, and you're creeping your hands forward and lengthening your spine. Okay, this is good for your hips, good for your knees, and stretches your spine. But if your knees hurt, you can always do it on your knees, like, you know, just like this. Or if it's really not good on your knees, you go to a chair or a wall, as we did earlier on, just standing up. Okay, so that's child's pose. And then bring your hands in, come up. So then he's going to come up and he's going to lay on his back, even though he's just got up. On your back.
Should we round you for
Sit your back. So just lay down the way. So this one, you need your pile of books by your hip. Okay, you reach them. Right. So he's laid down, he's got a pile of books, so he bends his knees, lifts his hip up, puts one book under the hips. Feels okay? 2 books. Okay. 3. And then just stop there. So he's lifted up, I don't know, 5, 6 inches. Just stay for a minute. And you can rest here, you roll your shoulders under and your hips are lifted. So it starts to increase the circulation in the chest, the throat, the head, the eyes. That might be enough for you. You can also at this point, try and straighten one leg. So you can stay with bent legs or straight legs. Is that alright?
Mm-hmm.
Both legs. So that's a different kind of stretch. And you can stay here 2, 3, 5 minutes. Okay, then bend your legs again. So he's going to put a couple more books in there. Don't hurt your arms doing the books. And make sure they're under your hips. Across there, yeah? Now it's quite nice with knees bent. If we had a couple more books, he's used to going higher. Yeah, that kind of height, but it's okay here. Again, you can stay with knees bent. You can stay here a good 5 minutes if you want. Shoulders really tucked under. You can stretch your hands along the floor. You can hold your heels, whatever. You're trying to open your chest and breathe deeper. Again, you could try and straighten his legs. Remember, in the morning you'll be stiffer. If any of you do this in the morning, so this is 9 o'clock Sunday morning here. Okay? And now you can see he's arching more and opening the chest more. So again, a good couple of minutes there. And then bend your legs. So to come up, he lifts his hips and brings the books out in reverse order, or you can push the whole pile. This is where you need a yoga assistant. And then gently lay your hips down. Keep your knees there, don't suddenly bend them up. Just stay with your back flat. So your back gets to settle, because it's not used to that action, it just needs to settle here. Then we're going to build the support for the last 2 poses where you're laid on your back and you're really opening your chest. So if Richard just rolls to his side, always remember roll to your side to sit up. And I'm just going to build his little thing. So we're trying to make, that's a good thick one.
Remember the towel.
Can you remember the blanket? Okay, so I've built it 3 coffee table books thick, and and we want some padding on there. So I folded a towel or a blanket over there, and then I'm going to give him a pillow for his head here. Okay. So he's going to lay back now. His sitting bones are going to go here, so this is not into his lower back. That's it. Oh, really bad canasta. That pillow's a little low. Yeah, so it supports his neck and his head. So his chest is lifted, his shoulders can roll off the books, and his legs are straight. Move the chair. So we can stay here 5, 10, 15 minutes with lots of deep breathing. But I want you first to just do Baddha Konasana. Now, we forgot about the radiator, so it's just going to show you. You bring your legs up, soles of your feet together. So it's like this, yeah. Soles of your feet together, and you let your knees go wide. And then you can stay there for a good few minutes. His knee is burning on the radiator, so it's just going to release. We'll put something there. Give him my sock. So yeah, you need space here for your knees to go wide. And this relaxes in your groins, opens the front body. It's very calming laying back on the bolsters. And his head's resting, his neck's resting. Just going to lengthen that neck, that's it. And you roll your arms out so your chest can open more, so you can breathe deeper. So you'd stay here a good 5 minutes. If it hurts your, starts to ache in your hips, you support your knees with more books, something a bit more solid than that cushion, so your legs can rest. Okay, then back to straight legs. And we're going to stay here for relaxation. If you find this too high, you could just do it on one level of books, or you could do it flat. But the idea of the books is that it lifts and opens your chest. Okay, so you can breathe deeper. Your arms, this area starts to drop down, and this armpit chest area opens as well as the rib cage. Here on his hand. So stay for a good 3 to 5 minutes, just letting everything soften and sink. So that's your legs, let the arms be heavy, let the head sink back, eyes closed. Release your jaw. If your jaw is tense, just let your mouth open slightly, and then the jaw will release. And then close your lips again. Let the skin on the forehead soften. Let the eyes sink back. Let the skin on the face sink back. And as your shoulders start to sink back, feel it's almost like the chest is broadening across the collarbones. And then start to follow your breath. And see if you can breathe deeper. Fill the side ribs with your breath. And then try and breathe into the top corners of the lungs. Inhaling up, and be broad, spine long, chest open. Don't alter your breathing a lot, just lengthen a little bit more each time you inhale, each time you exhale. Everything sink back. Long, smooth inhalation, long, smooth exhalation. If you find you're uncomfortable on this support, just lower it. And work your way through your body, trying to relax, release everywhere, from the top of the head, down to the fingertips, through the legs, the knees, the feet, the toes. Try and relax the bones, let them be heavy, let the muscles be soft, let the ligaments be soft. Let the skin be soft. Everywhere sinking back. Don't let your mind wander. Stay with relaxing, and then start to listen to your breath. Follow your breath in. Follow your breath out. Don't change it. Just follow it in and out. In and out. So you can stay here a good 5 minutes, longer if you feel you need to. You can open the chest so much. But we're going to stop here. So to come around, you start to wiggle your fingers, your toes. When you feel okay, because you're up on a height, it's going to be a little strange, but you bend your knees and you roll this way. And try and roll to your right. You may need to bring a pillow with you. That's it. First you and rest. And rest here on your right hand side. And gently start to open your eyes. And then when you're ready, push yourself up. Thank you. So I hope that's helpful. Just a few poses that will stretch you a little bit, relax you a little bit, and just make you feel a bit better. Okay, so I'm sending you this, and thank you very much, and thank you.